What happens when two legendary fighters, representing ancient martial arts traditions, step into the ring for a rematch that could rewrite history? This is a battle where a Shaolin Kung Fu master sought redemption against a Muay Thai legend, and the outcome left everyone absolutely stunned. Get ready to witness a fight that will challenge everything you thought you knew about martial arts supremacy. Welcome back to Fight Legends Unleashed, the ult for the most jaw-dropping martial arts battles from around the globe. Today, a rivalry that has captivated fight fans worldwide. The clash between Muay Thai superstar Buakaw Banchamek and the self-proclaimed Shaolin warrior Yi Long. In their first encounter, we saw the power of Muay Thai prevail. But as any true martial artist knows, the journey doesn't end with a single defeat. It's about constantly evolving, adapting, and coming back stronger. That's exactly what Yi Long set out to do in this highly anticipated rematch. So stay tuned, because what unfolds in this fight will leave you absolutely speechless. Following their first encounter in 2015, both Buakaw Banchamek and Yi Long knew that their rivalry was far from over. Buakaw, the Muay Thai legend from Thailand, returned to his training camp with renewed focus. Known for his incredible work ethic, he pushed himself even harder, refining his already formidable skills. Buakaw's goal was clear: to prove that his first victory was no fluke and cement his legacy as one of the greatest strikers in martial arts history. Meanwhile, Yi Long embarked on a journey of transformation. The defeat had been a valuable lesson, pushing him to evolve his fighting style. He focused on improving his defense against Muay Thai's devastating leg kicks, which had been a key factor in his previous loss. Yi Long's legendary iron body training intensified as he prepared to absorb and counter Buakaw's powerful strikes. Iron body training is a traditional Shaolin Kung Fu practice aimed at conditioning the body to withstand powerful strikes without injury. This training is part of a broader set of practices often referred to as iron skills. These include iron palm, iron fist, iron head, and more, depending on which part of the body is being trained. It often takes years to master this type of training and to develop enough mental resilience and internal energy control. As the rematch date approached, the atmosphere in the martial arts world was electric. Would this be another showcase of Muay Thai's dominance? Or would the Shaolin-inspired warrior find a way to overcome his rival? The stage was set for a battle that would be etched in the annals of combat sports history. The arena was packed to the rafters, with fans from across the globe gathering to witness this historic rematch. As the fighters made their way to the ring, the contrast in their demeanors was palpable. Buakaw exuded confidence, his face a mask of determination. Yi Long, on the other hand, seemed calm and focused, a slight smile playing on his lips as if he knew something the rest of the world didn't. Right from the start, Buakaw didn't hesitate. He went straight for Yi Long, putting on the pressure with a relentless stream of leg kicks and punches. It was clear the Muay Thai legend wasn't here to play around. Every strike had one purpose: to end the fight fast.
气虚如林，不动如山。哇，后拳前后的打击。现在我们看到的。
Yi Long, however, was not the same fighter from their first encounter. He weathered the storm, and his improved defense allowed him to absorb Buakaw's attacks without taking significant damage. Though Yi Long managed to land a few counterpunches, it was clear that Buakaw had won the first round with his relentless offense. The crowd was on their feet, sensing that they were witnessing something special. Buakaw's supporters cheered wildly, believing that their hero was on the path to another victory.
于龙这场比赛没有出现上一场比赛一上来就发全力这样的。
But those who watched closely noticed something in Yi Long's eyes, a spark of determination that suggested the fight was far from over. The stage was set for a second round that would prove to be a turning point in this epic clash of martial arts titans. As the second round began, the atmosphere in the arena shifted. Yi Long, having weathered Buakaw's initial storm, came out with renewed vigor. The self-proclaimed Shaolin warrior started to fight back aggressively, catching Buakaw off guard with his sudden change in tactics. Yilong began landing crisp punches and well-timed kicks. This was forcing Buakaw to backpedal for the first time in the fight. The crowd gasped as Yilong connected with a spinning back fist that momentarily stunned the Muay Thai legend. Buakaw, however, was not one to be easily rattled. Buakaw put on a masterclass of power and technique when he clinched with Yilong and tossed him across the ring. You could see the frustration on Buakaw's face as he motioned for Yilong to step up and meet him in the center. A clear challenge to go toe-to-toe in close quarters combat. The two warriors locked up again, and this time, Yilong held his ground in the clinch, which came as a surprise to everyone. He landed a few sharp elbows and knees, techniques he'd clearly been working on since their last fight. But Buakaw wasn't backing down, firing back with his signature leg kicks, each one landing with a thud that echoed through the arena. In a moment that had the crowd on their feet, Buakaw attempted a high kick, which Yilong caught with expert timing. Not to be outdone, Buakaw immediately trapped Yilong's leg in return. The second round ended with both fighters bloodied but unbowed, the outcome of the fight now hanging in the balance. As they returned to their corners, the energy in the arena was palpable. The bell rang for the final round, and both fighters emerged from their corners with a sense of urgency. Buakaw, perhaps feeling that the fight was closer than he had anticipated, came out with renewed aggression. He immediately began targeting Yilong's midsection with powerful kicks, the impact audible even over the crowd's roar. Yilong, displaying the iron body he was famous for, absorbed these strikes and continued to press forward. His face showed no sign of pain, only determination as he looked to close the distance and work his boxing. The two warriors engaged in a furious exchange in the center of the ring, neither willing to give an inch. Buakaw's years of experience shone through as he masterfully used his footwork to create angles, landing stinging jabs and hooks. Yilong, however, was not to be outdone. He countered with lightning-fast combinations, his improved head movement allowing him to slip many of Buakaw's strikes. Midway through the round, a pivotal moment occurred. Buakaw, looking to end the fight decisively, launched a thunderous roundhouse kick. As he moves backward to regain his strength, Yilong attacks him to knock him off with a knee, but Buakaw is already prepared. He lands a serious blow to him and a knee to the abdomen. For a moment, it seems like Yilong is knocked as he falls forward on the rope. But the Shaolin master takes no time to regain his strength back again and comes to his senses immediately. The final minute of the fight was a blur of action. Both fighters, knowing that victory hung in the balance, gave everything they had left. Buakaw's leg kicks continued to chop away at Yilong's base, while the Shaolin warriors' punches found their mark with increasing frequency. As the final seconds ticked away, neither man was willing to concede an inch. They stood toe-to-toe in the center of the ring, trading blows with reckless abandon. The crowd was on its feet, bearing witness to one of the greatest displays of heart and skill in martial arts history. The final bell rang, and both fighters raised their arms in victory. They embraced in the center of the ring, a mutual respect evident in their exhausted but satisfied expressions. The crowd roared its approval, knowing they had just witnessed something truly special. As both fighters stood in the center of the ring, awaiting the judge's decision, the atmosphere was tense with anticipation. The crowd buzzed with excitement, debating who they thought had won this epic encounter. The arena fell silent as everyone held their breath. Buakaw stood stoically, his face betraying no emotion. Yilong, by contrast, had a slight smile as if he already knew the outcome. And the winner, by unanimous decision, the pause seemed to stretch for an eternity. Yilong! The impossible had happened. The self-proclaimed Shaolin warrior had overcome the odds and defeated one of the greatest Muay Thai fighters of all time. It was a victory that would send shockwaves through the martial arts world and cement Yilong's place in combat sports history. So what do you think about this outcome? Was Yilong's victory the result of his traditional Shaolin Monk iron body training? Or the fact that he had equally been trained in Muay Thai in Thailand? Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, show us your support by subscribing to the channel. We are committed to bring you the most exciting and groundbreaking fights in the world of martial arts. And trust us, you won't want to miss what's coming next.